You might not believe it. You might see Ethereum going to $5,000 next week. But the reality is, altcoin connection is just in front of us. And I want to show on my trading view chart what do I mean by that and when we can expect all our altcoins to retrace about 10 to 15% minimum. What you can see on the chart right now is the crypto total market cap excluding the top 10. In other words, it's others, our altcoins and their performance. Now, at the bottom of the chart, here we have the 3-day cycle indicator, which shows the midterm trend for the next couple of weeks. And we can see that we had an exceptional time, basically, and altcoins went from the bottom, 22nd of June, to today, about 40%. Now, that's an average. Not every single altcoin went 40%. Some of them did less, some of them did more. However, it took us roughly 1 month. We had 22nd of June, and today we are on the 22nd of July. So basically 30 days, we are going up without any major correction to the downside. The largest correction for altcoins we had end of June, and it was just a 7% correction. Now, what we can expect going forward? A correction, a proper correction, because look at what happens when the 3-day cycle reaches an ultimate top. It reaches an ultimate top and then it goes down, meaning that the altcoins retrace to the downside. Now, of course, we are in a very bullish period right now. And of course, we want to compare what happens during the bullish periods. This is basically the last time we had a proper move on altcoins. It was in November 2024. It took exactly 1 month and 5 days, 35 days for it from the bottom to the top. And in between, we had 3 small corrections, okay? So we had a correction here, which was about 14%. We had another correction here, which was about 11%. And we had one more, which was, again, 11 to 12%. All these corrections marked the daily cycle lows. Once the daily cycle low was marked, then we went to the top. And we basically topped, and right after the top, we had the huge correction to downside, 25%. Now, what happened right now is that we didn't properly have altcoin correction. Sure, we can say that we had it, but it was a correction worth of 1 day. So we went down by like 9%, and immediately the next day we went up. And every single correction was like this. So basically, the altcoin market is extremely strong. However, it is a time for a proper correction, and we are going to have it. For this reason, I already sold some of my altcoins like ENA, Link, Ethereum, because I believe that those coins might correct to the downside. Now, comparing to the last time that the altcoins went up, we know that we can expect corrections in the midterm, like in the middle, and then we are resuming to the upside. Now, once we reach the top, we have to know that we are going to go down. And what I expect from the crypto market, I expect that we might see a smaller correction for the next days, or maybe even the next week. Okay, we might go down by 9 or 10%. People will say, hey, altcoin season is over. And from there, we're going to do one last pump to the upside, because the beginning of August will be the top of the current altcoin market. Yes, the alts are going to top in the beginning of August, maybe middle of August. From there, we're going to go down for sure. We're going to make another bottom somewhere in September or even October, and from there, we're going to continue up. So it is important to sell the altcoins in August. Otherwise, you're going to basically do a round trip and all your gains are going to be lost. Now, to illustrate that, I can also change this to the weekly. I basically changed the cycle indicator to the weekly, and I said, yes, on the weekly, we're still going up. So we can expect a bullish trend. Now, if we go back, applying the same indicator, we can see that, hey, sure, the altcoin market tops when the weekly goes above 80. Okay, then we top immediately. Are we above 80? No, we're currently at 70. However, in 2 weeks, we're going to be above 80. So you can see there are 2 indicators that are going in common, and both of them are saying that the top will be somewhere in the beginning of August, in the first half of August. Now, if we take a look at a smaller indicator, let's say 1 day cycle, we see that, hey, we are having quite a very small correction right now. Today, we are going down on altcoins, and we went down by 6% on average, which is totally fine, because what we expect from the indicator, we expect to go down maybe for 1 or 2 more days, and from there we expect to go up. So it's very natural now for the altcoins actually to make a retracement, and I'm not going to start selling the rest of my altcoins right now. I'm going to wait, even if the rejection is 9 or 15%, okay, of the total market cap. I still expect for altcoins to push a little bit up and make a top somewhere there above 340, 250 billion. Now it will allow altcoin to appreciate maybe 10 to 20% more, and I expect a top to be done. And hey, this top might be on exactly the same line as the top before, okay, in the beginning of 2025, end of 2024. So if you're, and by the way, in the beginning of 2024, we had a top in the exact same place. So what we can do, we can actually have not a double top, but a triple top rather, okay? Now, what I expect might happen later on, we will have a retracement. We have a retracement maybe to here, or maybe we're going to have a retracement to there. This, I don't know, okay? And after that, we might actually do a proper altcoin season. So if you want to wait for the proper altcoin season, this might happen in November or December 2025. This might also be the absolute top of the crypto market. To sum everything up, I don't expect altcoins to smash all-time highs right now, and I don't expect Solana to go above $300. I don't expect Ethereum to go above $4,000 and stay there. I expect it to touch $4,000, maybe, then retrace during September and October retracement. It might retrace to $2,500 to $3,000 and stay there for a while. And then for the absolute top, they might rally once again, and they might smash the proper all-time highs one more time. Okay, so this will basically confuse the whole market. People will think that the altcoin season is over by the end of August or September, but in reality, the altcoin season will be just starting. Okay, and we might have the proper altcoin season actually in November or December. Okay, keep that in mind. Watch the next videos, subscribe to the channel, and of course, if you want to apply these cycle indicators, go to strategymaster.io website. You will find all the cycle indicators there, and you can apply them to your chart and use them without even watching my videos. See you in the next one.